One moment, it was just another normal night on Earth. Families sat down for dinner, workers headed home after a long day, and children played in the fading evening sunlight. Then everything changed in an instant. Reports flooded in from across the globe of strange lights appearing in the night sky. Videos went viral online of gigantic saucer-shaped objects emerging from the dark expanses of space and hovering silently above major cities. First hundreds, then thousands, until nearly every urban area was fixed under the watch of an enormous extraterrestrial spacecraft. Panic gripped the public. There was no precedent for an event of this magnitude in human history. World leaders urgently conferred with their top advisors, but the truth soon became clear. No one had any idea what would happen next. Humanity could only wait and observe. After 3 days of motionless silence, the ships finally made their move. Beams of light fired down into remote areas outside urban centers. Scout teams reported back. The aliens were landing ground forces. Before long, bizarre creatures began emerging from the vessels. They stood taller than any man, with slender limbs and oblong heads. Their skin was gray and smooth, with no hair or clothing. But their eyes were the most striking, jet black and glossy, revealing nothing of what lay behind. The aliens began surveying their surroundings, scanning the landscape with small handheld devices. They paid no attention to the military forces gathering nearby. Finally, a courageous commander decided to attempt contact. A peaceful envoy was sent out, hands raised to indicate they meant no harm. The aliens turned to observe the approaching humans, tilting their heads curiously. Then, to everyone's surprise, they spoke in perfect English. "We come in peace," the alien voice uttered in a flat, emotionless tone. "Take us to your leaders." And so first contact was made. In the days that followed, humanity gradually learned more about these visitors from another world. They called themselves the Galan, from a planet much like Earth over 40 light-years away. Their technology far surpassed anything achieved by humanity, allowing interstellar travel and limitless energy sources. The Galan explained they were an ancient race dedicated to observing and archiving all forms of life. They had been drawn to Earth after detecting radio signals and were fascinated by the diversity of species. Regarding humans, they apologized for the unintended panic caused by their arrival. Their intention was merely to open communications. Naturally, tensions and suspicions remained high, but the more humans and Galan interacted, the more hopeful people became. Perhaps first contact could lead to cooperation and shared knowledge after all. The world's perspective seemed to expand exponentially, no longer confined to one small planet. The possibilities ahead now appeared limitless. There were challenges, of course. Cultural misunderstandings, disputes over resources, authorized zones for the aliens. But with open communication and good faith on both sides, compromises were struck. Bit by bit, humans and Galan built a partnership no one could have imagined just weeks earlier. First contact was a turning point in human history. Nothing would ever be the same for mankind. The universe once shrouded in darkness was suddenly teeming with life and limitless potential. And perhaps most reassuring of all, we were no longer alone.